Bam, the breakup just happened. She's right back on Tinder, and it makes you feel like you're replaceable. It makes you feel like everything that you had with her was nothing. If she could just replace you with some random guy in a day, in a couple days, in a week or two, then, I mean, what impact did you really have? What kind of relationship did you really have with her? What if I told you that that was actually one of the best things that could have happened? Here's what it really means. It's not about you, it's about her ego. Women don't always go on Tinder when they're trying to move on. Sometimes they go on Tinder to try and numb the pain. This is where timing is so important, because if you tell me that your ex is back on Tinder after a day or a couple days, maybe a week or two, then I'm going to tell you that it's not really anything other than her ego. On the other hand, if she's back on Tinder and it's been a month, 2 months, 3 months, then yeah, she's probably now trying to get over your breakup. So it doesn't really look that good later on down the road. But one of the best things you can see is your ex on Tinder a week after the breakup. And men, you should know if you've ever used Tinder that women don't tend to use this type of media anymore as a means of a quick hookup. Yes, it can happen, but they usually use this as a source of validation. They want to know that they can have the man that is pursuing her. And once they know that they can have him, they don't want him anymore. They go there to feel wanted, because now all of a sudden she doesn't feel wanted by you. Or she's just doing it to hurt your feelings. It doesn't really matter. The point is she's on Tinder not to get over you, not even to sleep with somebody else. She's there for validation, to feel wanted, to feel like somebody will give her attention when the person she actually wants, which was you, which she's not going to admit to herself right now at all. She's going to run from that feeling as much and as hard as she can. She can't have the person she actually wants, so she's going to go on Tinder to try and find some random guy to at least talk to. Because if she can talk to somebody who's even slightly interested in her and slightly seen as attractive, as opposed to her just sitting in silence getting over you, come on, bro, which option do you think she'd rather have? And yeah, obviously, going on Tinder, doing things like this, it's not healthy. It's not what healthy women do. But we're not talking about healthy women. We're talking about your freaking ex. I mean, there's a reason you clicked the video, right? And I'm not really trying to jump on women here. I mean, put yourself in her shoes. Let's say you're an attractive guy and you can get pretty much any woman you want. Would you really sit through a breakup? Odds are you're not. Odds are if you could, you'd have another woman in your bed tomorrow night. It's just easier for women. That's all it is. Breakups tend to trigger insecurity in both people, even if you're the one that initiated the dumping. That insecurity comes from not knowing if you made the right decision. Because you've got to understand, she's the one that cut that cord. She's the one that said, you're not good enough for me, or what she's really telling you, I can do better. Because think about it, if she really thought 100% she could not do better or find better out there in the world, you think she'd have broken up with you? Odds are she wouldn't. Odds are she'd work at that relationship a hell of a lot harder. She's not swiping to get over you. She's not swiping to heal. She's swiping because it's easier than sitting with the silence of dealing with you and dealing with your breakup. And don't make the same mistake that she's making right now, which is to confuse attention for connection. Now, let me tell you a true story. I was in a situationship that didn't last that long, not too long ago. I saw her scrolling through Tinder. She ended up matching with this guy who has like 200,000 followers on Instagram. And I remember seeing that. And I remember just looking at it and just shaking my head like, okay, well, I'm cooked. Like, I'm done. You know what I mean? Like, I can't compete with that guy. So I'm just gone. That guy didn't even last a week. And she went right back to Tinder. And after Tinder failed again, she went back to her ex. It's like, you can't heal girls like that. You cannot be in a relationship with a woman that does that. Those types of women are so emotionally dysregulated that they cannot handle or even recognize what a healthy bond or a healthy relationship is. And sometimes you just gotta let them go. Don't forget, in every single one of these videos, in the description is my link. Click it if you want to get serious about your situation. She needs to validate the breakup. She needs to prove to herself that leaving you was not a mistake. This is where the insecurity comes from, because it's that insecurity that prompts her to reach out through Tinder, to reach out through some sort of a dating app and connect, or at least try to connect with some random guy. And regardless of what her toxic girlfriends tell her, this isn't confidence. This isn't something a healthy woman does. Going on Tinder is self-reassurance. She needs that reassurance from the guys that she's talking to that she's beautiful, that she's still wanted, that she's still sexy, that she's still desired. And here's the bad part. Even if she knows she can text you and get that from you, you're easy. That's why I say in my videos, you cannot make yourself so available to your girlfriend or your ex, because being too available lowers your value in her eyes. If she wanted to feel sexy or desired or anything like this, why wouldn't she text you? I'll tell you why. You're too easy. Because a compliment from you means like this much, but a compliment from a random stranger means more because she has to work for that compliment. You get how that works now? Women have to work for your compliments, for your attention, and the second you start to give those things freely is when she tells you she just needs space, or she tells you she needs a break, or some other stupid excuse like this. How quickly you find her on Tinder is directly proportionate to how emotionally dysregulated she is after your breakup. This is because she wouldn't need to run as fast from feeling you, from feeling the pain of your breakup, from feeling the pain of losing you, if you truly didn't mean that much to her. But you did. That's why she had to run to Tinder immediately, because she had to fill that hole, fill that void with something, with anything. And yeah, random guys are not going to be able to do it, but I'll tell you this, a random man's attention is a hell of a lot better than none. If you're in this situation, your ex does not have a backup plan. But guess what? Her backup roster is not going to hit it for her. Yeah, she knows that there are guys in her phone and her Instagram, whatever, that are going to give her validation, that are going to give her compliments. They're going to tell her how beautiful she is any day of the week. And again, she doesn't have to work for those things. She wants the man that she has to work for. She wants the man that doesn't just give out compliments freely. And it's kind of a good thing because it means she doesn't have a backup option. That means the guy that you're probably worried about her working with, or that guy that's in her DMs that you think, okay, the second she's single, she's going to get with him. Your proof is right there. She's not with him. She's on Tinder. That means that guy, even if they hooked up, worst case scenario, is not her hook emotionally. The biggest mistakes men make when they're in this situation. Number one, you start competing with the Tinder guy. The guy who has no depth, the guy that doesn't have the history that you have with her. You think, oh yeah, that's my competition. It's like, do you really think that little of yourself, man? Because she knows that. Deep down, I promise you she knows that. She's not going to admit that, but she knows it. You've already won. You don't need to compete with these Tinder guys or even feel like you are, because you're not even in the same category. You've already hit that. They haven't. You've already been out with her multiple times. They haven't. Comparing yourself to a lesser man, and I don't mean lesser like the guy has less money, he's less attractive or whatever else, because hey, you've already guessed it, those things aren't as important as the bond you already have with her. You already have significant emotional leverage over them. And all this insecurity that you feel over this situation is going to make you start chasing her. It's going to make you start to stalk her on social media. Some guys even drive by their ex's house just to see what they're doing or to see if there's another car in their driveway. It's like, guys, I understand you want to see all this. And I understand that if you're married, like you have to check on your wife to make sure she's not, doing some sort of infidelitous activity. But yeah, don't check up on her. Don't stalk her social media. Look, if you want to check her social media, fine. Check it once a week just to see what she's up to, just to see, if she's going out with somebody, blah, blah, blah. Still going to hurt your feelings, but it's a hell of a lot better than checking every single day. She's not winning. She's in survival mode. All you're going to be giving her is proof that she had every right to leave you. You're too weak, bro. Number two, you try to one-up her online. These are the types of guys who will jump on Tinder after they catch their ex, and it's like, and then like they try to match with her, but then she doesn't swipe right on them, and they get all butthurt about it, and they email me about it. And it's like, guys, I don't know what you really want from that interaction. Don't go on Tinder when you catch her on Tinder, okay? Use a different dating app if you're gonna go that route, at least, all right? Again, that's just a way for you to compete with all the other guys on that app. But you don't need to do that, dude. You're not in competition with them. These same guys will post thirst traps of themselves at the gym. Maybe you hit a PR record or something like that, and you want to just show off, and it just so happens to coincide with the night that she decided to take this new guy out. We all know what you're doing. She knows what you're doing. Your friends know what you're doing, and it doesn't make you look stronger. It makes you look even weaker. Stop with the thirst traps, man. These are the same types of guys who post the happiness pics or the overly happy pics with their dogs or with their family members or something like that. You're not fooling her. You're just embarrassing yourself. The thirst traps, the fake happiness, the selfies, taking pics with random girls because you think they look hot and you're trying to make her jealous, posting memes about the breakup, which is you weaponizing relationship or breakup content against your ex. All of those things just make you look weaker. Your silence, your success in life will sting far more than any of that. And if you're honest with yourself, what it really comes down to, what's really hurt, is your ego. You don't even do this out of love. You do it because your ego was scratched and you want to get back at her for it. Relax with that stuff, bro. Let it go. And number 3, you take her back because of course Tinder's gonna fail. Of course she's going to hit you up sometime in the future. And most guys, they'll just take them back without the work, without anything else. It's like, you can go ahead and jump to Tinder, go ahead and screw a couple guys, don't ever tell me about it. And then yeah, come back, baby. I love you so much. This is how I'm gonna prove my love for you. By letting you walk all over me, letting you disrespect me, cycle through multiple Tinder guys, and then when you want me back, I'll just take you back immediately because I love you so much. She knows that's not love. You know that's not love. That's you disrespecting yourself, sacrificing your own self-respect in order to get her back. As a short-term strategy, you could absolutely do it. But she will do it again. You're not listening to me, bro. She will do it again in the future. And next time it's not going to work out. Next time's going to hurt even more. She's going to be gone even longer and she will have sex with multiple men next time. How do I know that? Because she'll push boundaries. She knows that she can go out, flirt with Tinder guys, and then come back to you. So next time she's going to go out, flirt with Tinder guys, and go on a date. And then she's going to go on 2 dates. And then she'll come back to you. And then she'll do it again. But this time she's going to actually choose to sleep with the guy. You see how that will slowly escalate every single time your little trauma bond recycles itself? Yes, eventually trauma bonds burn out. All of them do. But they will escalate over and over again until she does something. She commits some act against your relationship, against your feelings, that you will never take her back for. So if you want to stop all of that, you stop it immediately on the first round. And you do that by telling her, by letting her know, hey, if you're going to do all that and think you're going to come back so easily, it's not going to be like that. You have to show me consistency and actual work on yourself if you even want to go out again. And little bro, I'd tell you what to do, but you already know. Shut the hell up. Let her go. That's it. Yes, she's probably going to reach out to you in the future. Most exes do. Let her spiral. Let her make a total ass out of herself in front of her friends and family. You focus on yourself, focus on leveling up. And the next time you see one of your exes on Tinder, just chuckle to yourself and know that you hit her deep enough to where she had to go on Tinder and had to rely on a random guy to erase the bond that you guys had, and she's not going to be able to do it. Lil bro, you've got this, and I've got you. I'll see you in the next one.